What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec, ZBCN yet again today. It is the first day of May, and here we are sitting at about $0.0035 with roughly 10 hours and 16 minutes left in the day. Again, hit that like button. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. You're leaving behind a little bit of a wick to the downside. It's nice to see. This was to be expected. I actually made a post on X.com. I'm not going to pull it up now because I don't want to waste any time, but yesterday I literally made a post right at these lows here whenever we saw the solid body down with the doji candle spinning top here. And then it doesn't have to be a spinning top, but spinning top's more reliable. And then the solid body up, that gave us enough reason to believe that we would see a move up. And I did say around 0035 or higher on X.com. If you want to follow me on X.com, let's just see. It's down here. Let's see. I know that my face is taking it up, so let's just go over here. Can you see it? Can you see it? That's me. C-Zar the Great at C-Zar69420. That's me. So if you want to follow me there, you can. Don't play with me. That's right, Money Tings. That's right, Money Tings. Oh man, but this is like hate speech to the Zebecian community. Man, it's crazy because so many of you who invest in Zebec don't like that I've been saying that we're at a topping point. So many of you don't like it because you know that I like Onyx Coin. Now it's like you've turned the Zebec community against Onyx Coin. It's like it's your goal to talk crap. Everybody says that I'm a hater, but man, you guys, a lot of you Zebecians are lovers. I'm very aware of that, and I love you all. I appreciate you all. But the haters are definitely not on my side of the aisle. We're just waiting. We're waiters. We're not haters. We're waiters, man. We are patiently waiting. That's for sure. Um, Zebec here looking like and hold on real quick. Uh, Zebec is looking like we've got a head and shoulders pattern here. We got a head and shoulders with volume coming in like this, decreasing. It's a pretty appropriate pattern. It looks pretty good. If it is a head and shoulders, and I think it is, we should be seeing a breakout soon. I made another post yesterday saying that this breakout should happen next week. What I meant to say was the end of the result will happen next week. We might be breaking out over the weekend, guys, to the downside. And what would be very bullish is if you can get above these highs. If you can get above these highs, man, you can get above there. This head and shoulders is invalidated, and there is a strong chance at that point that you're going to be moving higher. I'm glad that I became bearish on Zebec over here. I mean, really, I was calling for the tops up here, right? We definitely called the top very appropriately, but I think whenever I made my first video on it, we were down in this area here. Here we were expecting that we could go a little bit higher. That's kind of what the call was, but then after that double top, we became bearish here, and we said the top is in officially. You know, throughout this whole range, we were saying the top could be in, but even with that, even with saying the top could be in back here, I was saying that I expected the price to go higher. It was here officially that I said the top is in. And throughout the whole time, I've said it could go higher, it could happen, but I'm still sticking with the idea that the top is in. Not to make things all confusing. I feel like I'm playing like word games here. I'm not playing word games. It's just it might be hard to understand or follow. Let me see here. Hold on. I gotta plug this in so it doesn't die. All I'm trying to say is my view would shift entirely from the top being in to us going back above these highs here, somewhere around 004 to 0045, if you can get above these highs and invalidate this head and shoulders pattern. If you can invalidate the pattern, yeah, we're bullish, man. We are absolutely bullish. Until then, not so much. I really do believe this is a perfect pattern. And I do believe that you're going to sell off. I mean, we look at it here. It looks like you're grinding out the support zone. It looks like you're rejecting hard the resistance zone. It doesn't make me bullish. That's for damn sure. It doesn't really make me bullish. You know, here, whenever you bounced, it was a boom, it was a bounce, it was boom, it was a bounce. It wasn't grinding. You know, you even had a bounce here, and then each time actually these bounces have been subsequently weaker. So that's not encouraging, man. It's really not encouraging. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, the RSI does have higher lows. We have higher lows here and higher highs. We could be getting up to the overbought zone and then rejecting there. So again, a little bit more of a move up could be in store for us. We could be moving up a little bit higher. But when I say a little bit higher, I don't mean like this. And I want to be crystal clear here, you guys. If we see prices do this, I'm not wrong. Okay? I'm not going to say, okay, the head and shoulders is busted. We could get oh so slightly above these highs. Really, it's when you get above these highs that the pattern gets busted. So as long as we're not above these highs, the head and shoulders still lives. If this shoulder, if we don't break out to the downside and we keep moving sideways like this or something like that, and this range gets tighter, this is no longer a head and shoulders pattern because the right shoulder is too long. It's just too long. So at that point, we're going to be looking at this as a wedge. There's multiple ways where you can invalidate this head and shoulders without breaking out to the downside. Okay. And even without breaking out to the upside. It just depends on how things go. If we break out to the downside like this and we come back in it, this is not a head and shoulders pattern anymore. This is some type of broadening wedge down here. You know what I mean? It's not, or a tightening wedge down here. There are ways that we can break out to the downside and even to the upside that invalidate this pattern, or without breaking out at all, that would invalidate this pattern. But I'm sticking with the pattern. I'm sticking with the measure move. If we take the high to the low of this pattern here, and we put that right at the break point, the neckline there, that break point would take us down to 0026, 0025, somewhere in that area. If we look here at our liquidations over the past, maybe not even over the past week, we'll probably have to go over the past month. We're going to pull up Zebec here, ZBCN. ZBCN on MEXC or Bybit. Let's do Bybit. And then we'll do 1 month. Yeah. If it'll load. Yeah. I mean, you look at this here. It's not that there aren't short positions to take out to the upside. There are. But man, there's a lot of longs. You look at that bright, searing color right there. Where is that? That's right at 00245 to 0025 itself. Our measure move happens to take us just above that area. By the way, guys, a measure move is just that. It's an idea. It's a measure move. You can, when you break out, go right there, bounce, and then go lower. You can go right to it and then bounce and don't even touch it. You can blast through it. It's just an idea. When you take a measure move, really you can have it as a direct line like this, but I think having it as a zone is much more appropriate. And guess what? That zone is hot, man. It is hot with long positions. It is very hot with long positions. Can we go higher? Absolutely. Those longs will still be there. And well, just right there with that measure move, it just kind of makes sense. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I do believe we're going to see a drop with Zebec here over the weekend. I do believe that that's going to happen here pretty soon. If not over the weekend, then maybe sometime next week. But looking at this again, I would think, with this being here, with this being here, it's pretty symmetrical. This does look like a smaller shoulder in itself. So if we were to, extend out a little bit, sure we could. But if we're not dropping by Sunday, if this continues like, and it's Sunday and it's this long versus like how long, let's see, let's get how long this was. The right shoulder can be a little bit longer than the left shoulder, but if it was that much longer, I might be skeptical that we're in a head and shoulders pattern, like that much longer. If it was here, if it was to like the beginning of Sunday, okay, fine. If it was here, to the end of the day, the beginning of the day Saturday, okay, fine. But if we're at like the end of the day Sunday or Monday and we haven't broken out to the downside yet, the head and shoulders pattern might be invalidated. We still break out. I don't know, or maybe we break out to the upside. But if this is to work out the way that I think it will, it should happen soon. Soon is up for debate, I guess. 1 hour time frame stochastics are separated here. The blue line's far away from the orange line. That's kind of a bearish look. The RSI does have bullish posturing right now. Again, we could move up a little bit more with that. And then the MACD, man, you had a false cross to the downside, a false cross to the upside, false cross to the downside. Could we be getting a false cross to the upside here again? I think we could, but the ball's in the bull's court right now. 4 hour time frame looking at this. We look at the the RSI. We do have lower lows here and lower highs here. The thought would be that this persists, that this continues until we get oversold. That's the thought there. But if you can break that trend, that would probably go and like directly coincide with breaking out of this pattern here like that, or invalidating this pattern. You wouldn't necessarily be breaking out of this move overall, but invalidating this pattern. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. The MACD, if we're looking at this, you are crossing green right now, but again, the 1 hour time frame had false crosses. It's completely possible, it's completely reasonable that the 4 hour time frame could have false crosses as well. Bitcoin's moving up. Bitcoin is up a good bit. We're actually at 78.7K, so that's quite impressive on Bitcoin's part. With Bitcoin moving up, I mean, Zebec might be getting some life, guys. There is a chance. There is a chance. And not once from here have I been like, haha, I was right. Eat it, fools. Eat it, haters. I told you from the top that I was right. From the top, I have been saying that this was the high. But that's still not valid yet. Even with this like 20% drop that we've seen overall. How much of a drop was it overall, actually? High to low. Yeah, like a 20% drop overall. Even with that, it's still not enough to validate the downside. It is still, throughout all of this, completely possible to go up to 004, 0044. I'm not betting on that. I don't think that's a smart bet to make, but maybe. Maybe it works out. And if we go up here, cool. Bravo. Good job. All the more to short you for, and likely we will go lower still. I don't really have anything else to say. I'll probably end the video there. No. Let's go over the daily time frame. We'll go over the daily. The stochastics are weird, but the price action's weird. The RSI looks bearish. The MACD is technically bearish here, but crossing green, man, you're in a position where if you can get above the zero, that would be good. But if it's a false cross, if it's like one of these little false crosses here, that could be bad. Ultimately, that actually worked out for you. False cross here on the red side, that was ultimately good for you. If it's a false cross to the green side, that's not good, man. We've had false crosses to the green effect. But you had a false cross met with a false cross. Actually, it doesn't look like you've had too many false crosses. There you go. There's the bearish side. Yeah, stuff like that. You know, if you see stuff like that, that's not good. So we'll see, man. We will see. Daily time frame. Daily MACD is getting close to crossing, but not quite there. A little bit of a drop would do that. The RSI does have higher lows, and we've got, you know, nice consistent overbought readings here. It's nice to see. If you break this trend, though, that might be, again, another sign, another signal that we are, in fact, going lower. So a little bit lower is all it would take. And, I mean, breaking out below these lows would definitely get us there. The stochastics, oddly enough, they have their own kind of trend. They have nice higher lows as well. If we break out of that trend, if we get below the 50, I would think that that would be incriminating that we go lower as well. Technically, your stochastics are bearishly postured at the moment. And the MACD is bullish overall, but you know, you're one bad day away from things turning red. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're bearish as far as the MACD is concerned, but that could promote, again, a little bit of volatility here. If we look at this from an overall low to an overall high, assuming that's the high, the next target area would be, from the fib perspective, 0027. The target after that would be 00218 to 002. But I do believe that we're going to see something between this 0.5 and 382 area. I do believe that's where we're going to go. The measure move takes us to this lower kind of half of this square, so it would be like down in these areas. I do believe we're going to see something just like that. I do believe it's going to be a sharp decline, and you know, with that, that's where I'll leave you. So I don't really have anything else to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. MACD, right at a point to reject. RSI, right at a point to reject. Stochastics, right at a point to reject on the weekly time frame. No volume on this move up. No volume at all. You've broken out. I'm not optimistic. This, to me, just seems like a very clear selling point. It seems very, very clear. When is XRP Las Vegas? Is it tomorrow? I mean, that might be the perfect time to sell off, guys. That might be it right there. It's scheduled for April 30th. Oh, it's right now, today. Oh, it's going on today. Oh, today might be the sell-off, man. Yeah. A lot of you are realizing right now, you're like, wait a second. I was counting on today to bring a massive pump. Where is it? Where is it? Why aren't we pumping massively? Why are we down 1.8% today? Yeah. It's called buy the hype, sell the news. And the people who are holding the most of the Zebec, the owners even, they're aware of this. The smart money, they're aware of this. But the people who bought here, they're not aware of that. And there's a lot, I would guess, looking at this volume here, a lot of you bought up here. A lot more of you bought up here than you did throughout this whole range. That's for damn sure. There's some times where people were buying and selling here, but did you buy and hold throughout all this? Did you buy here and then sell because you panicked? If you bought in panic, did you sell in panic? Maybe, you know. Did you have the wherewithal to wait and hold? A lot of us are kind of like deer in the headlights, so yeah, maybe some of you did, but I don't know, man. The real question is then is if we're in a sell the news event, what happens if we do dump off all the way down to 0025, 0024, 0026, this area, whatever the measure move is for this head and shoulders pattern? What happens if we do sell off? I would bet a lot of you would then be in the red, and it's not going to happen in a short fashion. It's not going to be like this. It's not like it's going to give you time to work things out in your head. You're going to wake up and all the gains are going to be gone. And then whenever I say things like that, people are like, you're just a hater. You have an ego problem. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I think you're saying more about yourself there at that point. You guys know it's actually very common if you ever meet, especially somebody new, and you're having a confrontation with them, somebody who you don't know at all, and there's like an insult that just comes out of nowhere, like it's just not even like appropriate for the event that's happened. Like you just share an opinion, they're like you're a dumbass. They've probably been called a dumbass a lot of their life, or like any kind of insult, whatever the default insult is. It's like I have a theory, I have a working theory that anybody that the majority of people who make fun of my hairline are themselves balding men. That's my going theory. Um, but I don't really have anything else to say on that, guys. I'm just rambling at this point. But yeah, people like to say they like to throw the insults that they've heard at you because it's insults that they've heard about themselves and hurt their feelings. So automatically by default, they think, oh, this hurt me, so I know it'll hurt them. You know what I mean? It's like that. My feelings don't get hurt with YouTube comments. I hope you're not giving yourself that much credit. I have more fun with the trolls. There's some people who text me or not text me. They comment. They reply. They're very nice and they say don't let the trolls get to you. I don't, man. I just like to have fun with them. At the end of the day, you guys, the more that I troll the trolls, the more that they troll me back, the more engagement the channel gets. It's good for the channel. It's good. I don't normally say that because I don't want to scare them away. But we're at the very end of the video. I don't think there's any trolls here. If there are, it's very small. So maybe some of them will now realize the game and how it works. But the game is quite simply that, man. Just you poke them with the stick, they'll poke back. That's good for engagement. That keeps the even. I like to say haters are my most dedicated fans because they're gonna watch every video. They're gonna watch the majority of the video. They want to watch for places that I'll slip up or whatever. And even if they leave bad comments, bad reviews, they're still leaving comments. It's good for the algorithm. Engagement is engagement. That's why fear is such a powerful narrative in the media. They don't. It's not about being good or bad. It's just about engagement at the end of the day. And yesterday, whenever I made my post on X, I just thought that would be funny, where all these haters on Zebec, or not haters, they're not hating on Zebec, but these haters of my calls on Zebec, I'm like, I'm just gonna do this for fun. We're gonna have a bullish reversal, and it went exactly where I called for it to go. I thought that was funny. The reality is too, while I'm buttering my own bread here, a lot of these haters are saying that I'm always wrong. I've always made wrong calls. And then what they like to say is, how are your XCN calls? You've always been wrong about XCN. Well, not always. I'm in the green with XCN by like multiple hundreds of percentages. Um, we were pretty right back in January of 2025. I actually did call the top in 2025. I didn't think that it would be as long of a top as it is. There's plenty of things that we did get wrong. I called the pump in January of this year as well, right to the T, exactly where it was supposed to go. But yeah, I've had more bad calls with XCN than I've had good calls. That's for damn sure. But here's something that the haters overlook. I have not been wrong once about Zebec since February. I haven't had a single video where I was wrong, guys. Not a single one. Not a single damn one. Not at all. I think the most wrong one would have been here whenever your XLM Stellar Lumens announcement partnership was made. And I said, you're going to find out soon that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. And we dumped off. But then at the lows, I was like, you know what, guys? I think you're going to return back up. I think you're going to get up here. And then here I was saying, you know what? I think you're going to continue moving higher. We're going to work for this trend line. We're even going to get above this trend line. I doubted that we'd get above it, but then as we started moving up, I'm like, you know what? I actually think it's going to happen. And then boom, we did. I haven't been wrong about Zebec, you guys. My track record is literally, maybe I've been wrong about Onyx Coin. Maybe I've been wrong about Cookie DAO. Maybe I've been wrong about Toshi. Maybe I've been wrong about so many coins, man. Oh, I've had so many bad calls. I will have so many more bad ones too. But you know which one I've been flawless with? Which one I've been making my little, you know what? It's this one. It's this one. Since February, it's been flawless. I'm not going to relinquish that flawlessness here. You can't have it. I'm keeping it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.